In September of 2017, Valve partnered with the Chinese-owned gaming company Perfect World, which brought the game of Counter-Strike to the Chinese gaming market. See, to operate a business in China, the company needs to be Chinese-owned, and well, Valve isn't. So Valve had to partner with Perfect World, which is a Chinese-owned company, to bring the game to Chinese consumers. And while the game was still playable, as people in China could use a VPN to connect to other countries like Singapore and play on servers there, Counter-Strike Perfect World officially brought the game to China. And well, it was an instant success. In only the first few months, China already saw over 3 million people enjoying Counter-Strike. So I can't actually verify this information, but for the sake of the video, just pretend it's real. But now boasting the third highest player count in the world, it was expected that China might soon break out into the pro scene, creating many new Chinese talents who would take the CS scene by storm. However, this was not really the case. In fact, even 7 years after CS has been released in China, the best Chinese team currently is Tyloo, who currently rank 46th in the world according to ESL, and are 34 spots behind Asia's best team, the Mongols, who come from Mongolia, a country with 3.5 million people compared to China's 1.5 billion people. And it's not like this lack of form is something new. No Chinese player has ever been in HLTV's top 20 player of the year, and no Chinese team has ever won a single competitive tier 1 tournament. So if China is not good at Counter-Strike, why is the game so popular, and why are Chinese people so well known in the Counter-Strike community? Well, people in China are known for one thing when it comes to Counter-Strike, and that's trading. When Counter-Strike released in China, the price of skins skyrocketed. It was clear China loved Counter-Strike, but not because they were good at it, but because of those sweet colorful pixels on virtual weapons that provide absolutely nothing beneficial to the gameplay of Counter-Strike besides slight visual stimulation. And well, they became obsessed with skins. Items that were previously not even collectible whatsoever were now suddenly in demand. Chinese collectors popped up left and right wanting items with specific floats because these numbers meant good luck. Ruby and Sapphire skins with no smoke. Who even let the skins smoke? Kato 2014 stickers worth thousands just so they could apply 4 of those to any skins they could get their hands on. Number 1 skins just so they can feel better than anyone else. And just about anything that was rare or had any sort of value, like these cute little cat stickers, were going to be desired by Chinese collectors. With the release of Counter-Strike Perfect World, Chinese collectors were here, and they were here to stay. Just look at this guy. He got banned with $1 million inventory, thought it was no real big deal, came back, got another $1 million inventory, only to get banned again. Just take a look at the top 100 most expensive public inventories. 18 of them are Chinese collectors. That's 18% by the way if you can't do simple math, but it's okay, I'm sure you're good at something else. This also does not account for the countless private Chinese collectors there are who have millions of dollars of skins. However, we have no way of actually checking that and knowing exactly how many of those accounts exist. If this is not yet enough proof that skin collecting is massive in Chinese Counter-Strike, just look at buff163.com. This is a Chinese Counter-Strike marketplace to purchase skins and was the website to purchase Counter-Strike skins and make trades. Anytime you wanted to check the price of a skin, check Buff. Buff has countless daily transactions from skin traders all across the globe. Well, it did, because now it's banned. Well, actually, it's just banned from me and you. See, China banned the marketplace because they wanted to keep their little skin website all to themselves. Okay, the real reason was actually because of money laundering concerns, but we'll just say that China just hates us. I mean, clearly banning the rest of the world must have killed out Buff63, right? I mean, they just lost everyone as a customer unless you're Chinese. But actually no, Buff163 is still a massive online marketplace for Chinese traders and is actually still the biggest online marketplace, even though they only allow one country to purchase their products. Just look at the Karambit Fade. The volume of this skin on every major global marketplace combined is 234, but on Buff alone, there are 369 currently listed. And it's not just the Karambit Fade, think of any high tier skin, Dragon Lores, Howls, Dopplers, anything. If you look at every global marketplace combined, they will either equal to or be less than the amount of that exact same skin listed on Buff. So I hope it's now clear just how big skins are in China. But why? Why do Counter-Strike players in China seemingly have such a disproportionate interest in skin collecting compared to everyone else in the world? Well, the first and honestly most boring reason is just simply investing. While many of you spend all your mom's $60,000 salary just so you can have a nice skin to look at in game, for many other Counter-Strike players, the game has massive potential in its economy. Without even using crazy examples like iBuyPower Hollows, chroma cases alone have gone up 125 times their price 9 years ago. If you invested that same money into Tesla stock 9 years ago, you'd only have a 17 times return. And for a country like China, Counter-Strike is actually one of the safer methods they have to invest their money. While stocks are a traditional route for many investors around the globe, in China, stocks have a few more risks associated with them. China is a communist country and the government can completely wipe out trillions in stock value because they're scared some tech companies might be getting a wee bit too powerful. Yeah, that actually happened, by the way. Not only is the government a direct concern, but many Chinese companies lack transparency in their finances. This is because the Chinese government wants to seem like their economy is thriving no matter what. So even if you lost $1 billion last financial quarter, meh, just tell everyone you made $1 billion. Your social credit is much more important than the truth. Well, if stocks are a bad idea in China, what about crypto? It's banned. Okay, fine. What about housing? That's always a safe investment, right? Not this time, buddy. In fact, a bunch of property developers in China are in serious debt right now and the market is a shithole. So let's say you're a Chinese man, maybe about 5'7", weigh 130 pounds, fresh cut, new Balenciagas, Gucci shirt on. Where are you putting all your money? Exactly. Into Counter-Strike skins. Did you really think Chinese collectors enjoyed playing Counter-Strike? No, they know better and actually have lives. These people are not collectors. Some of these people are simply just investors. Okay, yeah, some of them are both, but I'm trying to get a point across here. You guys get the message. But it's not just the financial reasons that may incline Chinese players to spend big bucks on Counter-Strike. There's also another factor that's rooted into Chinese culture that could explain why they love skins so much. Flexing on everyone. I mean, have you ever been to a college campus that has some exchange students from China? Exactly. Now on to the next point. Okay, no, but seriously, I actually did some research. Yeah, I bet none of you saw that coming. But according to a study done by the University of Michigan, in collective societies, people often care deeply about the opinions of their social group. Because of this, they might purchase expensive or high-status items to impress their peers and fit in with their group. So maybe it's not actually the fact that the Chinese people enjoy flexing, but maybe purchasing an expensive skin could result from cultural foundations of just wanting to fit in and be admired by their peers. After all, many of us do the same. Whether it be in Counter-Strike or just in the real world, anytime you spend a lot of money on something or a lot of time on something and it's admired by others, it just gives you a little bit of happiness and just a little sense of being accepted by others. And for the Chinese, that feeling of acceptance just carries more weight than it does in other cultures, which is why you have people in China spending money so they can get reactions like this. Alright, so we have two reasons so far of why China loves skins. I mean, it's investing and feeling accepted by others, but also China's just really fucking big. Okay, yeah, you don't need me to tell you that China has a lot of people. However, out of the over billion people that live in China, only a few of them have a luxury to game, and those are the ones who are traditionally more wealthy. A lot of Chinese are poor or work insanely long hours, thus they won't have money to spend on gaming setups, games, or they just won't have the time to just be gaming. So that means those who can just afford to game, whether it be financially or afford their time to game, are traditionally going to be more wealthy, meaning that the average Chinese player base is probably more wealthy than the player base from other countries. And well, if the average Chinese player is more wealthy, that means they're going to be the ones who have money to buy skins. So maybe it just simply boils down to, if you're playing Counter-Strike in China, you're probably someone who already has money to begin with, so you might as well just spend that money on skins. I mean, if you have people who work minimum wage jobs in other countries and spend all their money on Counter-Strike cases, I think it makes sense for the Chinese guy with a net worth of over $1 million to have a $100,000 inventory. But at the end of the day, I'm not a Chinese man who plays Counter-Strike, and while I and many others wonder why China is so invested into the skin market, there really is no one answer. And I mean, every person in China is buying skins for a different reason. However, I'm sure the reasons I listed do have some impact as to why this Chinese guy's inventory looks like this with only 100 hours, when yours looks like this with over 10,000 hours. If you guys made it all the way to the end, I'd really just like to say thank you. I'm a completely new channel, so if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Any support just really helps and is greatly appreciated. Also, last time I did a giveaway, so this guy won. I'm going to contact you to get your probably social media so I can get your Steam link from there. But yeah, thank you guys. Bye.